All right. I get a lot of interesting questions. Today, I am about to take on one of the modern developments. It is one that you see about. It is represented by a lot of guys, especially on these social media streets. Most of these guys are Black American guys attacking Black American women. But it's easy for you to confuse this for all sorts of people. I want to address an issue and a movement. In fact, I discovered it's a movement and it has a name. They are called the Passport Bro movement. You can look them up. The Passport Bro movement are a group of people, mainly Americans, mainly Black Americans, who are doing well. They've got some money and they would like to live with a subservient woman. They want women who will respect them, women who will idolize them, women who will die for the dollar. And they are not finding these women in the United States. And these boys get really angst by it. Well, I'm sorry. The women who live in the United States with you are able to make the same sort of dollar that you make, and sometimes make better dollar than you. So some of the expectations that these boys bring cannot be met by the women who are also in these circumstances and command sometimes better. So there's a lot of bitterness from these guys. They are on the internet bashing these women left, right, and center. There are many YouTube channels, Kevin Samuels being one of them. There are many one of them. Well, Mr. Jackson has himself also come out recently, not to be representative of what it is that he said he was representing. There are quite a lot of people who pander either to the men or pander to the women in this scenario. And it all revolves around this power struggle over who is going to be Lord of the Manor. If you're going to be the real Lord of the Manor, you better be the real Lord of the Manor, and you will be treated as the Lord of the Manor. A lot of these guys want to interact with American women. They don't really want to be the Lord of the Manor. They want women to bring to the table as they bring to the table, but they want the women to do everything and stop and wait on them and run around and gush over them. It doesn't work. So these group of people have begun to realize that they are much better off picking their passports and going elsewhere. That's where the name comes from, the Passport Bro movement. These passport bros, they take their passport, they go to Asia, often South America, somewhere. They go to places where women are not able to earn the dollar the way the Black American woman, the modern American woman, the modern Western woman, the modern anywhere woman, the self-enriched woman is able to do. They find these women there and then they come to YouTube channels to come make noise and brag about the people they found in these places and how better behaved these people are. Honey, you cannot find a broke-ass woman somewhere and compare how this broke-ass woman responds and reacts to you to a liberated, empowered woman any day, anywhere. Not at all. If it is in your league to go to Asia and find a poor woman who wants your dollar and will wipe your feet with her hair, go right ahead. We don't need to hear about it on the internet. That's the problem. Those who are not able to deliver what you want, leave them alone to stay in their loneliness in America, as you put it. People call these women leftover, left behind women, whatever. It's okay. They were left behind by you. They were left over by you. That's okay. Why are you constantly banging on about it? And there is also the sisterhood on these same social streets, also banging on about these boys not making it possible for them to find brothers, not all the boys going abroad, yada, yada, yada. Look, to both of these parties, the answer is very simple. You make your bed and be willing to lie in it. If you are a modern woman who makes your money and you are not willing to tolerate these brothers and their nonsense, then happily let them go and take their nonsense elsewhere. We don't need to hear about it on YouTube. We don't need to know about it on Facebook. We don't need to have the bashing, which is everywhere at the moment. No need. He does not want you. He's gone elsewhere. Wish him good luck, because it's good riddance to bad rubbish in my book. If a guy doesn't fit your bill, and a guy has requirements that you are not willing to satisfy, and he takes his business elsewhere to do it, what is your problem? What are you concerned about? You said you don't want him. He's gone elsewhere. End of story. If you find what you want, good for you. And if you don't find it, you've made your bed. Lie in it. Very simple. In the same way for the men, take your passports and go to Nicaragua if you want. Find Nicaraguan women. That's okay. We don't then need to come here about how rude some people are, how uncivilized some people are, how loud some people are, because at the bottom line, she who feeds herself is empowered to say what nonsense they don't want to broker. It's that simple. If you are able to feed a person, you call the shots. If you are not able to feed a person, well, you don't get to call the shots. You have two options. Either you learn to be capable of feeding these people adequately so they will let you call the shots, or then you bounce and find somebody else who is willing to be fed to massage your ego. To me, it's simple. Really, the internet should be quiet. There doesn't need to be a whole YouTube channel about your dislike of the modern woman where there are women in Nicaragua for you. Go, off you go. Go to Nicaragua, the currency will help you. You will live like a king and they will wipe your feet with their hair. Great, go right ahead. Enjoy yourself, bro. Take your passport and go. That's fine. Oh, and the sisters are also now going elsewhere to find, I think very soon we will get the passport sister movement. There are brothers in places who are hungry. We've seen this on 90 Day Fiancé and places like that. Many brothers are hungry in places. And yes, they are happy to hold the handbags of these women. And yes, they will do everything they can do to get to America with these women. And yes, they are doing it for the green card. No doubt about that one. But when they get to America, they will leave the sisters. Well, when they leave, the sisters will find out and the sisters will respond. Why is that your problem? Waiting kwanse and crayfish, as the Nigerians will say. What's your concern? What's your problem? Go right ahead and do what makes you happy. Go right ahead and find who makes you happy. Take your passport wherever that your currency is higher and gives you legitimacy, and let other people also live. Live and let live is what I say to both movements. Shh, it's too noisy around here. I've had enough. We don't care what you like and don't like in the brothers and in the sisters anymore. Hush! It's too much. Go find who serves you and leave the rest alone. There is no need for you to refine anybody. There is no need for you to correct anybody. There is no need for you to tell anybody anything. Do you and let people do them. And let us have peace on these streets. Thank you.